Hey guys, John Hart here. I hope you're well. So we are on to tip number 8, and this is part of my 10-part series called 10 tips and tricks to enhance your playing. If you haven't grabbed the free guide yet, head on over to johnhartmusic.com/guide and you can grab it there. But in the meantime, let's crack on. Tip number 8, document your journey. Now this will have two benefits. Filming your playing is a great way to find out where you are as a musician, what ability, what level you're at, whether your piece needs more work, etc, etc. But what about if you document your journey online on social media? I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube that have videos such as my 10,000 hours of guitar playing. So they would have filmed themselves from day one and then they snip it up, and over 3 minutes you get to see their whole development, and it's incredible. I wish I did this when I was 8 years old, but I didn't have a phone then, and I'm almost hitting 30 years of playing, and that would have been incredible to see that development. Now that doesn't mean you have to put it up online, but there's some people putting it up on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, etc, etc, and people get to join in your journey. And you can do it for fingerstyle guitar. You don't have, even if you're a beginner guitarist, you don't have to do it from then. If you're starting a new style like blues, you could put up my blues journey. So you're starting to learn this piece. It doesn't have to be your own compositions. It could be songs that you're learning over time. What it will become is like a vlog, and once a week you can upload a video of what you're working on. Maybe you've been working on a new lick, a new riff, a new area you want to talk about, some guitarists that you're influenced by, etc, etc. The only side thing I would say with going on social media is make sure your handle for instance at John Hart Music is consistent on every single platform. There's nothing worse than having multiple different names and handles, because it just becomes frustrating. But that's a completely separate subject on the side about social media, etc, etc. But that's just a really sort of handy tip that you can use. If you want to know how you get started with that, you can just use the camera app in your phone if you own one. I now use Filmic Pro, and that is a brilliant app for the iPhone. I then use LumaFusion, which is a paid app, and that is an editing suite. It's excellent. But you can use iMovie, or you can export it and use Final Cut Pro or something else to edit that as well. The great thing about having it all built into your phone, so I film it, I edit it within LumaFusion, and then I can then pop it straight up to YouTube, and it looks absolutely amazing. Some of the latest phones have 4K, so you can then edit everything in your phone and then upload it as well without having to render in another computer. I also added on a moment lens, a tele lens, so that's why for me this is looking really, really crisp now. But I started off with a bog standard iPhone years ago, and then I've built up to that, like you do with your instruments, etc, etc. That's just learning experience with those things as well. Talking in front of the camera, blah blah blah. You can do these things if you want to, but what you mainly want to do is just focus on your guitar playing and then build up your journey that way. A lot of my pupils are doing this, and it's great for me to see their journeys, because sometimes they don't present exactly what they're doing or how they're feeling within their lessons, but when I get to see them online, they show their true selves. And then over time you can build up a following. So if you go from becoming a beginner guitarist to an artist, then you've already got that following and they've invested in your journey. It's just a tip for beginner guitarists, but also for artists as well. So I hope you found that helpful. If you want to check out the rest of the tips like we've done before, head on over to johnhartmusic.com/free and you can grab your guide there. And in the meantime, keep practicing, keep playing and keep performing, and I'll see you at the next lesson. Cheers.